All right, YouTube, Truth Man here. So we gonna talk about the stock market on here, and listen, I'm in no way an expert. So we gonna get into the stock market today. Shout out to all those who have been supportive of my content. This content is absolutely open to criticism, and it's absolutely open to criticizing back. So, this is the All Subjects channel. I'm not beyond reproach. But what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about the stock market. Now, I know it's a lot of experts on YouTube that made a lot of money from the stock market. But see, here's my observation of it all. Anything you save and you put a lot of money in, you're going to get something out of it. In my opinion, the stock market, as you can see, look at this. See the middle? Short-term pain. Economist makes unusual recession call. It's manipulated. And the reason why I say it's manipulated is because every time they say it's a recession, you still have people that are getting richer and gaining more wealth during the recession. So it goes up and down. And what showed me something about the stock market, where I still invest in it, still got Bitcoin, still got stocks, but I don't go crazy with it, in part because of how they did me with the AIG. They basically, when I tried to cash it in and get what it was worth, they came up with all this bull crap and wouldn't let me do it. And they wouldn't let me buy no more of it. Back then, I started opening my eyes to it, that this thing is manipulated somehow. And just like anything else, the people who are more skilled with it, they gonna have more. You can listen to them all you want. It might not pay off for you like it will for them, but saving will. See, saving, it don't take a rocket scientist to know that if I save $1,000, I got $1,000. But see, with the stock market, if you put $1,000 in the stock, you liable to look at it the next week and it's only 900 something or 800 something. That ain't how saving work. Yes, the dollar is up and down, but it's still up enough for if you were to save your money, you're going to have that money you save. You say, well, I want my money to grow. Okay, well, create passive incomes. Get you some vending machines. Get you a laundromat where instead of putting $5,000 into something that says this, you can put $5,000 into something like go right in the neighborhood that you know. There's a lot of apartments, so on and so forth. And put a laundromat there. You can flip cars. It's tax time. Come on, man. This is just how I think. This is how I think. And the dude tried to come for me talking about you need your car fixed. Thanks, man. Now you showed me what was wrong. I was trying to figure out what was wrong with it. Thanks, man. And I text my mechanic too. So you tried to come for me, but you actually helped me. Shout out to Brian B. I already knew about the signal. I just had to wait. Hopefully, like, you can't catch people all the time on your off day. So my shifts be switching sometimes. So, you don't be, if you work second shift, you ain't gonna always want to deal with nothing like that during the day. If you work third shift, you always ain't gonna want to deal with stuff like that during the day. Now, I said I wasn't going to make no videos, but I already made one. So I said, you know what? Let me get this stock market video out the way. Anybody that watch me, you know that I believe in saving over this stock market. And nothing against them, but it's them ones that look like this right here that will get you. He'll get you, man. I'm telling you. That's why I just deal with it marginally. A little here, a little there. Not going crazy with that. My focus is building income, saving the incomes I build, saving as much as I can save, and then selling things, creating things that I can sell on the open market. That's what that's how I'm going about it. So we're going to look into some stuff. We're going to start out with this video right here.
On the HubSpot sales side, we've been able to find more prospects and grow our pipeline.
The sales team could become a
sales dynasty.
Another thing too, cut that out saying I can't afford these. See what people trying to do. What people trying to do is they're trying to force me to show receipts. I just don't believe in it. But today, y'all gonna get what y'all want. Y'all gonna get what y'all want, man. Y'all gonna get a mini receipt.
All right, folks, joining me now, Manulife Investment Management Global Chief Economist and
Strategist
Francis.
Now, wait, hold on. I'm gonna have to let it roll when I show you.
Donald, Francis, we're lucky to have you on a day like today. First, just your thoughts, your overall thoughts on this CPI report.
Okay. So y'all see all of those down arrows?
When we talked to our portfolio managers about it, we said, look, heading into this number, we've said it.
It's just like anything else, man. Y'all saw all those down arrows. Up and down, up and down. That's why I'm not relying on that, man.
Repeatedly, we have a market that's very comfortable.
Look at it. Wait, let's see if we can pull it up. You see it?
Slowdown in inflation and an easy
There's one that's up. Crude oil.
Charles, to watch.
Even gold is down.
Is currently priced in this market, and there's a lot of risks. One of the risks is that growth disappoints.
Silver is down.
That inflation just comes in a little uncomfortably high, or here's a risk that
see
we
that?
think is a good thing, but it's a bad thing.
So up and down, up and down. You see what's up, you put your money on what's up, and then when you put your money on what's up, it all of a sudden goes down.
Growth actually re-accelerates, and then you got to take out all of those headaches. I don't think risk would like that either. So heading into numbers like this, what we see is that the good news is in the market already, and there are a lot of challenges that we may run up against, and some of them look good on the surface,
Bitcoin down.
will be problematic for risk.
Tomorrow it'll be up.
So let me delve in there a little bit because
down, the whole entire Dow and the S&P down.
And one thing that
in this video is from 5 days ago. So don't try to say it's old.
They're saying inflation is coming down, it's a non-event, it will be gone. But
Bank of America down. Look, see that?
Home prices are holding up.
Look.
And I'm saying, well, if we have this sort of wealth effect on one hand, isn't that the genesis of
you see what I'm talking about?
Issue? Isn't that where it all begins, when people feel so...
This is why I don't rely on this. This is why I don't believe in it. Now, I know people all over YouTube telling y'all the otherwise, but you go on there next week, it's going to be up. You go on there the week after that, it's going to be down. How can you make any progress? We talking about the regular guy. We talking about the guy that doesn't make a lot, that's just trying to make his money work for him. See, you can't think you Robert Kiyosaki or the Wall Street trader. These guys got a lot of money into it. They experts. You ain't no expert. So if you making 100,000, 50,000, 30,000, 80,000, and you try to do what they do, it's probably not gonna work for you. And some of y'all know I'm right because y'all been trying to invest, and your investments to do this right here. $100. Next week is $97. The week after that is $103. How are you making any progress where you could say, you know what? I'm gonna save $100 a week, and I'm gonna work with that. I'm gonna give me some side hustles. This is what I believe is the way to do it. And I'm going by my own ups and downs. I'm not going by other people's ups and downs. I'm going by my own ups and downs. The times I've been up, what was I doing? Saving. I wasn't getting up by the stock market, man. And to me, you need the stock market about as much to gain wealth as you need college to gain wealth. They both will help you gain wealth, but they not gonna guarantee you to gain wealth. Think about how many people that went to college that still don't have a job in their field. I think what we all average people, us average Joes that ain't getting invited to do rituals and eat dookie and all that, and don't have no family ties, we need to take a more practical approach than this. Like, even you would make more money doing DoorDash on the side of your job and saving it than you would from the stock market if you just an average Joe coming up. We talking about average people. We talking about, let's say you make $16 an hour from your job. You work first shift. And you say, well, I'm going to take me a little break for like 2 hours, and then I'm going to go do DoorDash from 5 to 9 o'clock at night. And I'm going to save everything. Don't you know, especially on Friday and Saturday, that 5 to 9 is prime time with any app? Instacart, Lyft, DoorDash, Walmart Spark. So you, look, man, tell me, well, this is what I want y'all to do. All of y'all that listening to these Anton Daniels and all these dudes talk about investing. You know how your investment's been working. Let's say they getting mad at me because the truth hurts. The truth hurts. They done told all these people, yeah, I'll be listening, and it hasn't worked for you. Saving is the way. I know a guy that don't even work. He retired. And he saved over $20,000 in the last couple of years. And he don't even work. He saved over $20,000. Now you think if he would have been putting that in the stock market, how you think that would be working? It wouldn't. You know why? Let me show you why.
Like they're so flush that they're going to go out and spend. I mean, how do you get inflation down with that same backdrop?
This is why.
That's the discussion.
Look at the bottom of the screen.
Well, wait a second.
This is up, this up, but watch. Look underneath it. Last trades. Down. That's why.
There is no rise in the unemployment rate. We still have a 3 handle on inflation. Why would the Fed?
But the people who say, like, let's say you do what I just said. You got your job. You don't make a lot of money, but you make enough money. Let's say $16 an hour. That's what? That's $640 a week. Let's say, remember I told y'all, for me, what worked at the times of plenty, saving, making it, and maintaining it, having a budget, writing down on paper. That's the times I did the best. Times I got in trouble, I got away from it. So let's say you make $16 an hour. That means you making $640 a week. Let's say your rent is $1,300. That means you need to save $350 of it a week, right? You break down, if you were to do what I'm finna say, stop buying these high overpriced courses and just get practical. Go and break down your money, your rent every week, however much, divided by 4. All your bills and what you have left, put your full budget up, your gas, and you save whatever you can, the most out of your check, right? And then instead of you hanging out, being up under some chick, just texting other dudes when you ain't around, go do some DoorDash or something, Grubhub 5 to 9. And say, you know what? All I'm doing out of this money that I make from this is I'm gonna put some more gas in my car. I'm gonna put a little money up in case I have a little wear and tear in my car, and I'm saving everything up. I would say in most cities, if you do DoorDash 5 to 9 and you learn which orders to take, which orders not to take, stuff like that, and you do it 5 to 9. Within that, in most cities, you gonna make $80 to $150 on average. I would say on average, in that 4 hours of dinner time, you gonna make $80 to $100. Now, let's say the low end, 80. Let's say you put like maybe 15 back in your tank. You put up 15, like, in case you had car repairs down the line. So every day you putting up 15. And you saved the $50 now. Say you do that Monday through Friday. You get weekends off from your job, you take weekends off from that. You do that, that's $250 that you done saved. Times 4, that's $1,000 a month. Times 12, that's $12,000. Now, is this gonna get it for you? Let's look at this again.
Is that just gonna reinvigorate inflation?
Down. A
little short recession.
Like we say in correction, down, stay down. They practically seem like they telling the stock market to stay down. Okay, let's go to let's look at what some people are saying about this. Keep listening to dudes like that, man. Do you? You don't have to be an expert to get ahead in life. You could just be practical. I'm telling you, the times I stayed practical, I was doing good. See? Now, y'all think I'm making this stuff up? Okay, let's go to this.
When we think about the stock market, we think about money, the finance industry, businesses, and making money from investing in successful
Okay, wait, hold on.
businesses.
Look at the title. Now let's just see what he has to say.
Belief is, investing in successful businesses is what leads to investment profits. And there's a direct connection between the success of the underlying company and the profits investors experience. This is a reasonable...
Like, look, hold on. Even with opening businesses, right? I wouldn't go crazy with that. I'm telling you, man, just focus on saving. And you think I'm wrong? This is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do. Just commit to it for 3 months. Say, no matter what, if you ain't got no money saved, I want you to see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. You get paid every week. We're going to make it low. I want you to keep at least $25 for the next 3 months every week. Put it anywhere. Put it in a sock. Put it in a safe. Put it in a cash box. Put it in your mattress, wherever you want to put it. And in 3 months, I want you to go back and tell me how much of that money you still have. Don't spend it. Don't spend it. You get paid every week, do it for 3 months, for 12 weeks. And when you go back to it, I want you to tell me how much of it do you still have. That ain't how the stock market always works. We ain't keeping score on the stock market. I'm just saying.
Idea, which is why it's in textbooks and recited by finance professionals who sell stocks and stock-related services. However, this is not how stocks actually work.
Uh-oh.
Most finance professionals have no idea where profits from stocks come from. They just assume it gets magically generated from the complexities of the market.
Okay, we're going to have to be stopping because we shout out to the Ponzi factor. We don't know if he's one of those guys that don't like people to use his videos, so we're going to be stopping. Fair use.
The myth is profits from stocks are generated from the earnings and growth of the underlying companies.
Now, he said that's a myth. Yeah, is it or no? I'll wait.
And when a company makes money, they share the profits with their investors. But in practice, most public companies never pay dividends on their stocks. And when they make money, which can be millions or even billions, they keep everything.
Yeah, I hear that. Let's keep going.
The reality is, profits from stocks come from other investors who are buying and selling stocks. When an investor buys a stock for it.
And it's kind of like nothing against one of my relatives, but I don't like to discourage people's ideas. If I don't believe in it, I'm just not going to do it. Just like if they don't believe in mine, they ain't going to do mine. But it reminds me of like the pyramid schemes and stuff. The person that's at the top is going to be the one that's benefiting, and they're going to continue to benefit as long as they keep you believing that you're benefiting from them benefiting. That's how it works, but we're going to keep going.
$10 and sells it for $11. That $11 comes from another investor, someone who will then start hunting for yet another investor who will give him $12, and so on. This is technically a negative sum scenario for investors because they are contributing all the money.
And it works like that in churches too, y'all. God is gonna bless you. He's gonna bless you. He wants to bless you. And then the pastor live in the middle of nowhere, gated community, because you giving money to him, hoping that God will bless you. That's why these people trying to come for me in these comments, because they think that somehow they gonna get blessed by taking up for anti-Daniel, but you don't know who you messing with. You clearly don't know what the Bible says about prophets. Now, you don't have to believe I'm a prophet. You don't. But keep on. I mean, I'm just saying, do what you feel you got to do. If you feel you getting somewhere from confronting somebody that confronts somebody that need to be confronted, hey, man, live your life. Live life.
There are fees attached to every transaction. The company that issued the stock isn't involved in these transactions, so whether the business is making or losing money is irrelevant.
So basically, what he's saying is, and I was calculating it, they get money, a lot of those profits, some of them be profits from what they sell, but a lot of it be from people that's trying to get profits off of their profit. So it's kind of like it's working the same way that a church is. If you give on a given Sunday, the people in the church, there's a lot of people there, and they give, on average, $30,000 every Sunday. That's $120,000 a month. That's over $1 million in a year. Of course, that church is going to be looking nice. Of course, that pastor is going to have money, nice car. So it's like a lot of this stuff is one big scam. The only way you could get scammed on saving money is if they make money obsolete. Like if they come out one day and say, the dollar is worth nothing. We go into this digital currency. You got to put this chip in your body, or however they choose to do it.
This is why companies like Tesla Motors, who has lost billions since they became a public company, can still have stocks that appreciate in value.
Mm-hmm.
But in a situation where investors' profits are strictly dependent on money from other investors,
look at it. Look at the picture. That's a perfect illustration.
Whether the company they invested in is making or losing money. In reality, the stock market is a massive system that shows.
Yeah, I know what it reminds me of. The end of the Wizard of Oz. I'm gonna try to remember, like, to go to that clip. But let's keep going.
Money between investors. It is a system where current investors' profits are directly dependent on the inflow of money from new investors. And such a system is also known as a Ponzi scheme.
Yes.
But what most people don't realize is that a
This is why
Ponzi
Bernie
scheme
Madoff is in prison right now.
It's not a scam where everyone loses money, even with the presence of middlemen and fees. A lot of investors who are involved and unaware of the scam can make money too. The fraudulent aspect of a Ponzi scheme is not its inability to produce.
You see the picture? That's what's happening.
The mechanics and where that money comes from, and how investors who make money are taking it from other investors who also want to make money.
Don't ever forget that the United States is a corporation. The United States is strictly business.
Money. But if the stock market is a giant Ponzi scheme, and it's as obvious as tracing the cash flow of a typical stock transaction, then why is it legal? If stocks are Ponzi assets, why are finance professionals allowed?
Because it's controlled by the people who control most things, man.
To sell them to investors? And why are there so many university classes and textbooks on stock analysis, but not one
Straight
of
on
them
that.
mentions the existence of this Ponzi factor? Finance professionals do not see the stock market as a Ponzi scheme because they believe in several fallacies. These are ideas that people assume are true because they heard it from someone else.
And this is a description of Anton Daniels, Tony Gaskins, R.C. Blakes, and many other people. See, when I say something, you should go and do your research and see what I'm saying is right, whether you like me or not. That's what people are supposed to do. Look up the definition of fallacy.
Stock market as a Ponzi scheme because they believe in several fallacies. These are ideas that people assume are true because they heard it from someone else.
People assume they're true because they heard from someone else.
But the credibility for these ideas come from repetition, tradition, and people who recite it, rather than proof, logic, or facts.
Exactly.
The first fallacy and the most fundamental falsehood that leads to other false ideas is the notion that stocks are equity instruments that represent ownership in a company.
Now you see, this is from 3 years ago. This video is getting shadow banned. He only got 87,000 views. The powers that be like, let it play, but don't let everybody see
The
it.
value of the stock is connected to the value of the company. This idea is false because the values of stocks have no legitimacy. A real estate transaction has legitimacy because the value of the property is backed by the intrinsic physical value of the property itself.
As a matter of fact, I think real estate is a gamble too, because you basically relying on, but I believe that if you do it right, because I know one of my best friends, if not my best friend, that's what he do. And it's like that dude. And matter of fact, Anton always trying to tell his business and all these other people. Man, my guy don't tell nobody what he could be a millionaire. I wouldn't know.
Is also legitimate because there is a defined entity that is responsible for repaying the face value. But stocks have no legitimacy.
He don't even really invest in the stock market.
To repay the shareholders anything. A share of Google might trade for $900, but Google explicitly states in writing that the share has no voting rights. They don't share business profits with their investors, and Google is only obligated to pay the shareholder the par value of 0.0001 cent for that $900 share. Finance professionals confuse stocks with...
Man, don't you know that $900, right? You go on Facebook Marketplace, buy a car for $900, see what it need. Let's say you put $200 in it. Now you got $1,100 in that car. And you sell that car for $1,500, $1,600. Let's say $1,600. You done made $400. Now let's say you do that 10 times. You done made $4,000. See, with this stock market, the math don't always math, y'all.
Ownership instruments because they ignore history. Before the 1900s, stocks paid dividends. So at one point, stocks were legitimate ownership instruments because there was a profit-sharing agreement between the shareholders and the companies they owned. That's how stocks used to work. And that is how stocks are supposed to work. But that is not how stocks work now. The second fact.
Now y'all can go to this video and watch the rest yourself. But I'm gonna try to wrap it up in like 5 minutes. We're gonna play more of it. But y'all see what he's saying, right? Do your research.
Fallacy, which is a product of the first fallacy, is the idea that the asset value of a stock is the same thing as cash.
Right.
When people see a share of Google that is trading at $900, they will just assume that is $900 in real money. But the value of a stock is just an idea. It is just a thought, something completely imaginary, which is why the price can rise and fall sharply at any given moment. On the other hand, money is an instrument for trade that is designed to serve as a medium of exchange for goods and services. It is in both physical and electronic form, and for the most part, it is finite and traceable. It is legal tender that is issued and backed.
Hey, I'm just watching TV, so if I play any clips, I don't own the rights. I'm just watching TV, y'all.
For the sake of having stocks. They buy stocks because they want more money.
Exactly.
As of September 2017, the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ had a combined value of over $30 trillion.
So what's that telling you? That they are the ones getting rich by making you think that you getting rich. That's how it works. That's how Ponzi schemes work.
However, there is only $1.6 trillion of real money in circulation in the entire U.S. economy.
Wow.
Investors who are holding $30 trillion in stocks will never receive the $30 trillion in real money they feel entitled to, because that amount of money simply does not exist. The third fallacy is the assumption that the stock market is positive sum for investors, and the system produces more wins than losses. This is why finance firms can label their
This is what y'all call an expose.
products and services as investing rather than gambling, and why 18-year-old kids can open online trading accounts. However,
And that's another thing. Man, I'm going to tell you like this. I done made more money gambling than I have from the stock market. But who keeping score, man? Who keeping score? From fantasy leagues, from lotteries, from casinos. But who keeping score, man? Do you?
The positive sum assumption has never been proven. To show if the stock market is positive
I
sum,
might do a part
all we
2
have
just
to
so I
do
get
is
to the
add
end of
all
this
the money
video.
investors have won
Then again, I don't think I really need to.
and see if that adds up to something positive. The problem is, no one knows how much money people have lost. There is no database that tracks investor losses.
Of
and
course
no one
not.
knows
Of course, nobody knows how much people lose.
how much investors have been winning or losing over the years. The reason why people think the stock market is positive sum is that they believe in the second fallacy and think people must have made money because the stock market has grown to $30 trillion. But a real positive sum situation needs to consider the wins and losses of all the investors that are involved.
Do y'all see what he's saying? There's the video. Check out the rest. I want to go to some. Hey, I'm just watching TV, YouTube. I know I don't own the rights to this. This is what it remind me of, y'all. I'm just watching TV. Please do not hit me with no phony copyright just from watching something. I know I don't own the rights to this. Let me see. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, man. Just a little bit. Probably like a minute.
McCain, make it a Friday.
Oh no, I'll never get home.
Stay with us, Dorothy. We all love you.
Basically, they took a big old trip thinking they was finna accomplish something, get something, and they didn't.
We don't want you to go.
Wait, hold on. This ain't the part I'm looking for. Wait. Oh, shoot. This ain't what I'm looking for. Maybe I'll do a short on it. But anyway, thanks for watching.